Good morning to Dr. Heidi Henry the same and to all my friends. We Group 3 will present Poverty Eradication through Keluarga Malaysia program. My name is Norel Maswati. I will be the first presenter. All right. So what is poverty? The word origin poverty is from Latin known as pauper or paupeриtas, while from the Old English French is known as poverty, and in the Middle English is called poverty. Poverty refers to lack, scarcity, poorness. According to World Bank Organization, describing poverty has many faces. It can be hunger, lack of shelter, illness, lack of access to school, unemployment, and homelessness. The United Nations said that poverty is a global issue that not only leads to a lack of income to the point of not being able to maintain life, it's also involve hunger, discrimination in being limited to basic facility. Next. So the Malaysian government see this problem is a threat to the development country. Therefore, the government through a project with the concept of Keluarga Malaysia hope the social problems such as poverty can be eradicated. So what is the Keluarga Malaysia program? The concept of Keluarga Malaysia program, a prosperous society and a stable country start from a family institution that has a harmonious and strong relationship base. This is because a good family institution will give birth to a good society and further contribute to the pace in the community and the stability of the country. The Keluarga Malaysia program was launched by the 8th Prime Minister YB Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri bin Yaakob in August 21. This program is a government initiative to eradicate extreme poverty in Malaysian families. It have three main goals, which inclusive VT, common ground, and containment, and six strategic goals covering effort to restructure the economy, improve social well-being, improve infrastructure, guarantee national security and order, strengthen unification, and empower service. Last but not the least, this program is targeting the extreme poor throughout the country with a government allocation of 500 millions. This program aims to eradicate the problem of poverty among families in the country. The pilot project in 80 locality involved 5,000 head of the household, phase one, and the empower service. So, the problem cause and background the program, the poverty problem caused due to the socio-economic rules at the time according to the rest. In 1971, the new economic policy NEP was enacted. NEP strategy is the eradication of poverty regardless of race and the restructuring of society to eliminate ethnic identification with economic function. So, Keluarga Malaysia program is a continuation of the past policy. The vision of this program is to restore the country and achieve Malaysia as a developed and high-income country. It's a long-term aspiration that is the future challenge in achieving the status of developed and high-income country based on key happiness outcome. So the main focus of the Keluarga Malaysia program is to restore and bridge the gap in the economic field, bridge political differences to achieve stability and unify all Malaysians under the auspices of the Keluarga Malaysia. So next, the stakeholder involved in this program. The stakeholder refer to the interest parties such as sponsor, these partners, supporters, and agent of change to ensure all parties involved success in making Malaysia prosperous and developed country. The government has taken a holistic approach involving involving all government machinery and agencies, the private sector, academy, civil society, organization, and all the people in the formulation and implementation of this program. So, for example, wait, okay. So, for the example, under the ministry and the prime minister department, we have uh, KIMAT. What is KIMAT? Keluarga Malaysia Aspiration Tour Series. So, among the program implement as a continuation of the 100 Days Keluarga Malaysia Aspiration Program is Keluarga Malaysian Aspiration Tour Series. The KIMAT Tour Series is held in every state. This is done with the aim of delivering government service directly to the public. KIMAT, through the opening of mobile booths and counter, help generate the economy of the local community by inviting entrepreneurs to sell their products during the carnival. So this stimulus plan the economy of the local population, and it is one of the way to help for increase their income. Secondly, under the minister in the prime minister department also have KMF, meaning Keluarga Malaysia Foundation, which is non-profit organization. This is also one of the shareholder initiative to make the Keluarga Malaysia program is a success. KMF is a foundation that helps the children of Keluarga Malaysia from the aspect of welfare and education up to the age of 18 because they have lost their parents due to disaster, accidents, or COVID. Lastly, under the Minister in Prime Minister Department Economy, which is the program to eradicate extreme poverty and Keluarga Malaysia, and at eradication the poverty of and many more the initiative under Prime Minister Department. So, poverty is caused by unemployment. Under the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, MITI, they involved in creating job opportunity under the Keluarga Malaysia program. So MITI is responsible for restructuring the economy by increasing investment in the manufacturing sector. MITI often an allocation of 1,000 billion, 100 billion to create job opportunities. In June, MITI has successfully created 42 90 job opportunities. MITI target is only 20,000 job opportunities. This shows that the strategies implemented by MITI successful help the poor improve their economy by providing jobs. So lastly, under MOF, we have Bantuan Keluarga Malaysia. It is a direct cash assistance to people in B40 category, elderly, B14, sorry, category, elderly and single parents. This initiative is able to reduce the burden of low-income household. So BKM is given in stage, which is a many as 4 phase in a year. In addition, under MOF, we have Jamin Kerja. It's initiative in line with Keluarga Malaysia concept, divide into 3 main program, which employment incentive by Perkeso, which implement to 300,000 job opportunities. The Malaysia My Step, which offer 80 job opportunity, and Upskill Malaysia, which is collaboration with HRD Corps provided training to job seeker and more. So, lastly, under the MHR, Ministry of Human Resource, it is responsible for implement of minimum wage order. Starting May 2022, an employer is set to receive as much as 1,500 minimum salary to or based on the number of working days in a week. So finally, stakeholder involved in this program working hard to realize the Malaysian Keluarga Malaysia program. All agencies that are responsible for carry out their respective duties that benefit the people. People poverty can only be overcome with the help shareholder, that's the government. So I pass to my friend to continue.
Okay, good day. Hello. Good day, everyone. Okay, my name is Muhammad Nurazman bin Hussein, and I'm the next presenter, and I'm gonna present about the ministry, department, agency, statutory body that have the authority in solving it. Okay, Keluarga Malaysia has been introduced by Prime Minister Dato' Sri Ismail Sabri bin Yaakob as symbol of inclusiveness, togetherness in facing the crisis of the pandemic COVID-19. Okay, the pandemic COVID-19 has caused the inflation rate increase, and it can increase the poverty rate among the Malaysian. The ninth Prime Minister Dato' Ismail Sabri bin Yaakob has launched a program that called Basmi Miskin Tegar Keluarga Malaysia BMTKM program under Keluarga Malaysia program through the 12th Malaysian Plan. Under this 12th Malaysian Plan, the Prime Minister has appointed the Economic Planning Unit EPU and Implementation Coordination Unit ICU under Prime Minister Department for the as the coordinators and facilitate the BMTKM program. The BMTKM program will be implemented within 3 years and 6 months through 3 phases, which started in May 2020, phase 2 started in September 2020, and the third phase started in the year of 2023. According to the Bernama, Datuk Sri Mustafa Mohamad said phase 1 of the BMTKM program has been implemented. The project has involved 70 localities in Malaysia with the involvement of more than 1,500 KIR head of household and a cost of about RM 17.2 million. The government also implemented the BMTKM program that is related to the extermination of hardcore poverty, such as motivation, financial management, marketing, entrepreneurship, technical skills, and agriculture. The implementing agency has been appointed in every state in Malaysia and responsible for carrying out tasks in the extermination of hardcore poverty. The agency involved are the East Coast Economic Region Development Council, or ECERDC, for which responsible for carrying out the BMTKM program in Kelantan, Pahang, and Terengganu, which involves with 23 localities. The Iskandar Regional Development Authority, IRDA, in Johor, that involves with 4 localities. The Northern Corridor Implementation Authority NCIA in Kedah, Perak, Perlis, and Pulau Pinang, which involve with 18 localities. Rekoda, the Regional Corridor Development Authority in Sarawak, involved with 10 localities. Sedia, the Sabah Economic Development and Investment Authority in Sabah, involved with 10 localities. The Kuala Lumpur City Hall in KL involved with 4 localities, and Perbadanan Labuan involved with 2 localities. Okay, next, gonna present by my friend.
Thank you so much, Azman. So I will get to present. My name is Itma Hebrika. I'm gonna present about the analysis of program with the mandate NKRA and GDP. So Malaysia plans to become a developed country by the year 2020, as outlined in Government Transformation Program GTP 2010-2020. However, this policy, which includes fast economic and social growth processes, so GTP is structured on 6 pillars or National Key Result Area, NKRAs, that address the top priorities of the people. So this includes lowering crime rates, combating corruption, enhancing academic performance, boosting the quality of life for low-income families, bolstering rural basic infrastructure, and enhancing urban public transportation. So keeping with the One Malaysia ethos, we will pursue these NKRAs, work tirelessly to solve them so that Malaysia may become a developed, successful, peaceful, and high-income country. So with the help of Keluarga Malaysia, which aim at helping those who in need, the Government Transformation Program, which is part of raising a living standard of low-income household National Key Result Area, LIH and KRA, has done an excellent job of eliminating almost all cases of hardcore poverty in this country. So the Keluarga Malaysia program is an initiative that falls under the auspice of the GTP. Its purpose is also alleviated poverty, whether the poverty is served or the result of post-conflict conditions that have had an effect on the life of the whole community. So the program that are carried out under this plan also place an emphasis on long-term education and skill that will enable those individuals who are engaged in poverty in order for them to be able to apply it as part of an attempt to transform their living situation. So the next is the strategy analysis and strategy choices of the program. So according to the Malaysia Family Booklet, the 3 characteristics are inclusivity, common ground, and contentment. In order to evaluate this program impact, partial analysis are used in this research. So the first one is P. P is for politics. Analysis attribute much of Malaysia's stability over the last year to Dato Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob diplomatic approach to recognizing the niche of forging common ground with opposition lawmakers. So according to the Professor Dr. Simuragan Pandian of University of Science Malaysia, he demonstrated a leadership style emphasizing on negotiation, accommodation, and involvement, which allowed him to successfully execute beneficial policy for the nations. So Ismail Sabri emphasis on equality not only among the people but also in the political leadership has helped bring out peace among the various political parties in Malaysia. E for economy. So complete opening to the economic sector was made possible by collaboration between the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation, MOSTI. So during the first 9 months of 2021, Malaysia GDP rose by 3.0% compared to a decline of 6.4% during the same time period in 2020. So in October 2021, the unemployment rate dropped to 4.3% from a high of 5.3% in May 2020. So the final report by NST News 2020, however, shown the positive outcome from the program when Malaysia managed to increase the GDP from 5.3% to 6.3%, and the employment rate fell to 3.5%. So Keluarga Malaysia also contribute to expansion of economy 8.9% as of the 2021 half quarter. As for society, so evaluating the strategy, key performance indicator KPI, and the key happiness outcome KHO is tool that is used in the monitoring of the implementation of the Keluarga Malaysia idea. So the key happiness outcome also now has a key happiness outcome, KHO, is a benchmark that is used to measure the efficiency of the Keluarga Malaysia program. Additionally, it takes into consideration a variety of criteria including GDP in prevalence of corruption, the ability of social assistance, and freedom. Besides of that, one of the primary priorities of the government in changing the social well-being of Malaysian family is part of the third pillars of Keluarga Malaysia is the immunization program. So the government has a lot up to Ringgit Malaysia 5.8 billion via peak program imunisasi COVID-19 kebangsaan for the purpose of implementing the immunization program, which include funding for procurement, logistic management, sanitation, program advocacy, and others area. For technology, a total of 600 Keluarga Malaysia digital economy center, which are now undergoing a transformation from their previous incarnation, has community internet center. We have a primary goals of producing money and assisting the economy of the people through the Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Communication (MCMC) and the Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation (MDEC). The Ministry of Communication and Multimedia (KKMM), we run the training program and e-commerce course module, both of which will be implemented in the PEDI. So the next is environment. In addition to pursuing at least half the country forest cover under Keluarga Malaysia strategy, the government goals include raising the percentage of renewable energy capacity to 31% by the year 2025 and achieving a recycle rate of 40%. But those goals are to be accomplished simultaneously. Ismail Sabri state that the government has a lot set of goals to achieve carbon neutral nation, such as by the year 2030. This goal is part of the Malaysian plan as well as Sustainable Malaysia 2030 target. The electric vehicle will be exempt from import duty, excise duty, and sales tax. This measure will taken to help advance Malaysia green agenda. Next one is law. The support of opposition has been essential in the basis of new legislation by government, such as the anti-party hopping bill and modification to the 1963 Malaysian Agreement. According to Ismail Sabri, the purpose of bill is to guarantee political stability and prevent the nation from entering into the state of political crisis that will never end. So the next is strategy choice focusing on poverty. So the program Pembasmian Kemiskinan Taker Keluarga Malaysia BMTKM that is being run by Keluarga Malaysia reached 480 pioneer locations around the country. With support coming from all levels, including state governments. So according to ex-Prime Minister Dato' Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, the program was carried out using the variety of methods, including the establishment of poverty unity, particularly at the federal, state, and district level. The creation of integrated and centralized databases on poverty is improvement of bottom-up approach in program through the use of the whole of nation approach and the addressing of the root causes of poverty. So under the 12th Malaysian Plan, the government is working to end extreme poverty by enlisting the help of around 10,000 extremely improvised head of whole house KIRRMK12. A variety of additional training in addition to agriculture pursuits are also offered to the needy. This training includes training for sewing, baking, and cooking, and handicraft, among others. Secondly, strategy includes 80 pioneer communities around the country with the goal of eliminating extreme poverty by the year 2025, consistent with the 12th Malaysian Plan new policy and initiative to reduce extreme poverty. BMTKM was implemented in 5MP. The strategy implemented through the program is introducing the Keluarga Malaysia insurance scheme, which help to protect 268,000 family in the poor and hardcore poor categories. This insurance scheme runs through the e-Kasih system under the Government Welfare Department. The government also has made a long-term commitment to changing the economy and social well-being of Malaysian family by offering whatever assistance it can this area. So this became is an upgraded cash grant to the guarantee that they get benefit in a manner that is most immediately beneficial to them. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Itma. So I'm going to proceed with the challenges in implementing the program. Before that, my name is Keluarga James. Okay, the first point is timing. This is the most significant obstacle that must be overcome in order to complete this program is making sure that everything goes according to the plan and timing. Okay, for example, our previous Prime Minister, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri, he only held power for a single year and hence was only able to fulfill his responsibilities for the span of time. So as a result, the planning of this program intended to place over a short period of time and limited amount of time throughout its execution. So besides that, the adequacy of the project ideas, unjustified expenses, and time-consuming nature of the project all contributed to the fact that the program could not be executed in the 16 different areas. Okay, so according to the PASTEL study, it shows that the Malaysian family programs only solve the problem of poverty in the majority of cases by providing a financial assistance. So which in turn will lead to the continuation of assistance rather than providing people with ongoing education. This will contribute to the effort that people make to change their life. It will be necessary to implement capacity development programs for low-income urban family in order to increase the income of rural household. Will place on an emphasis on enhancing the participant skill set and establishing connection between them and potential employer, nearby cluster and city, and offering assistance to self-employment, micro-business, and small-scale industry. Okay, next. Okay, this program also the increased income of rural will place emphasis on the emphasis on enhancing the participant skill set, which establishing connection, for example, potential employer in nearby cluster and city, and offering assistance to self-employment and small-scale industry. Okay, with the workshop training and free education in technology also were not successful due to the pandemic phase at the time. So it making it difficult to get closer to the people living in the inland areas. Difficulty in putting this program also into action, for example, in rural region caused by circumstances of the accessibility. Okay, next. Now I'm moving to recommendation to overcome the challenges through the strategy evaluation. All right, so as we know, the lack of time and failure to meet the timeline is due to the changes in political leadership. So it is important for us to maintain program in the Malaysian family into the new program that will be introduced This continuation will help to identify the groups that drop out during the last term at the same time resume the effort to stop poverty in Malaysia. For example, changes in leadership during the coast agricultural program that is scheduled to last for a specific amount of the time. The program must be still completed. So in addition, the government has to make an effort so that by improving infrastructure to eliminate barrier in terms of between urban and rural area. For example, transportation or opportunity for social interaction. The issue of accessibility is one of the issue that has brought up in this course in fairly consistent for basis this day. So the goal of Malaysian family to eliminate the disparity can be certainly be attained if this issue is resolved. Since it is certain that is doing so would make the goal achievable. If the problem is handled, the goal of the Keluarga Malaysia can be achieved. So if a commercial transaction that involve a metropolitan region and the rural setting, and the availability issue will be addressed in order to make the business of buying and selling more manageable. This is supported by the Ismail Sabri previous 100-day report and the 10 Malaysian plan. Okay, next. Recommendation to overcome the challenges through the strategy evaluation is, the firstly is from re-exploring rural area. This is done by conduct and training to expose the people living in and around the area to technology. This would be the next step in the solution, which will give them a confidence in assuring the seriousness of the groups who are being educated in the BKTM, which is a Bantuan Keluarga Malaysia program, to grasp what is being taught. Okay, and the rapid economic growth and the policy favoring the poor have historically been at the center of Malaysia's success in combating poverty within a group and distribution development framework. And lastly, the urban poor and lower income group have to access the plethora of high-paying jobs, as well as the initiative from the role of the non-government organization, the business sector, and multi-sectoral with the holistic strategy to contribute to the success of the eradicating of poverty. So that's all from me.
Okay, as for the conclusion, Malaysia Eradication Poverty Program is an ongoing process, and currently Keluarga Malaysia program, which has been introduced by the 9th Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri bin Yaakob, which focusing on the target of zero hardcore poverty in Malaysia by 2025 through the implementation of Basmi Miskin Tegar Keluarga Malaysia BMTKM program. The government provide variety of training for the poor and the hardcore poor society to ensure them able to adapt in competitive environment. Government provides insurance scheme which protects the poor and hardcore poor categories and distributes support in a form of cash under the Family Assistance Malaysia BKM program. Keluarga Malaysia concept brings up the idea that all Malaysians must consider that Malaysians are one family, regardless of background, religion, race, and ethnicity. The Keluarga Malaysia concept brings all of Malaysian society working together as a family, since it is impossible to achieve the status of a developed country and high-income country if all Malaysian community not united and working as a family. That's all from our group. Thank you.